Hello and welcome to the first video here on Donum X Machina's new YouTube channel. I go by Jiggles for the most part, have for a very long time, different variations of it, but that's not the important thing here. I'm going to show an easy way to stack items on top of each other within Orca Slicer for 3D printing purposes. Mostly, this is great for purge objects, or as a lot of us like to call them, Flushies, that allow you to reduce the purge waste from MMU multi-material 3D prints, the multicolor ones. Each time it swaps colors, it has to purge out some of the old stuff. And for the most part, that's just waste. It's very wasteful. But you can always make cool things out of that, as opposed to it just becoming waste. A lot of people have started doing fidgets or other fun things, but in some cases, some models are very tall, and there aren't a lot of very tall models out there that work great with the flushing process. But I'm going to show you a few examples on how you can change that up. So here we've got Orca Slicer, my personal favorite, and we have a couple of different little fidgety items here. We've got one of the gyro wheels, the 8-point little fidgety stars, and one of the newer things that have come out recently called the Stratastack. It's absolutely wonderful. I will put a link to that in the description. It is one of the better ones, and it is very new. But this is actually a very simple process. It seems daunting, but it really isn't. So we'll start with the Stratastack here. Okay, so you've got the single item with a height of 30 millimeters. So the easiest way to do this is to simply copy, Control-C, Control-V, copy and paste it. And now there are two identical items on the plate directly in the same spot. So you go over here to your Objects tab, you find the two items here, and you assemble them together into a single object with multiple parts. This is key, because otherwise they won't be able to stack and they'll all be forced down to the bed, regardless of what you do. So you take one of them, either one, doesn't matter. And again, so we had the 30 millimeter height on one of them. So what we would want to do is move either one of the item, it doesn't matter at this point. We would want to move that one up along the Z-axis exactly one layer higher than the other one. So for the most people are doing 0.2 millimeter layers. So in this case, we would want to take the second one up to 30.2 millimeters. And now as you can see, this is two items with a single layer in between them. I know this looks, oh dear, there's empty space, but it actually works, and it works wonderfully. They do stay together. They will come off of the bed mostly together, and then it's simple to just kind of pop them apart, and it, for the most part, works flawlessly. I haven't had any issues with it. So I'll show you again here. We'll go with the star here. So we'll Control-C, Control-V to paste it and make a second one, and then we'll go ahead and assemble them here in the objects. And then so this one is 18 millimeters. So we will take one of them up here to move, and on the Z, go 18.2. Boom. There we go. Same thing right there. And then finally we'll do it here as well with the gyro. Just to go over it one last time. So we'll go ahead and assemble. All right, grab one of them. It's 14.0403 millimeters. So we shall go 14.2403. It's gonna just make it 14.24, but it's fine. That is more than enough. So right there, that is how it works. And you can go even higher than this. I have done one where it was 150 millimeters tall, and I had to stack several things, three or four high. Multiples because there was a lot of flush involved. There was a lot of color changes. And it came out perfectly. It's honestly one of the most clean versions of that print that I've ever done. after mastering this technique. Now, if you do use a different layer height, like let's say you use 0.28 or 0.24 or whatever, then it would just be different. Instead of, this one moving up to 30.2, you would move it up to 30.28 or 30.24. Whatever your layer height is what that gap needs to be. Honestly, it's very straightforward. It works great, and it can definitely help minimize a lot of waste, as well as allow you to make multiples of things that you really want, as opposed to trying to find something tall enough and big enough that could take in enough purge so that you're not, wasting hundreds of grams of material with some of these wild multicolor prints that are out there. All right, so I do believe that's it. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. And yeah, if I come up with any other cool tips like this, I will absolutely be making more videos about them as well. All right, thanks, and peace.